Frequent Miler's 2024 challenge, Flying by the Seat of Our Points, is underway. Our challenge takes place in 3 stages, and for stage 1, we have to get our contestants, Greg, Nick, and Tim, to Los Angeles by 6 p.m. Pacific time, Wednesday evening. They had the additional challenge of not being allowed to arrive to a Los Angeles area airport before 3 p.m., and if they did, they got a penalty from our judges, Stephen and Carrie. It was a wild ride watching our contestants make their way to Los Angeles. Time to recap.
Let's roll.
9 p.m. Monday night. On a live stream, our contestants found out where they're headed and some objectives to look out for along the way. Monday night and Tuesday morning, our contestants did some creative points hustling and started booking trips.
Been working all day.
So I slept on it.
A little bit of digging.
First out of the gate is Greg, headed to the airport at 3:30 p.m. on Tuesday.
So I had to rush and pack. Yes, I hadn't packed beforehand. What was I thinking?
It's okay, Greg. We've all been there. 4:22 p.m., Greg is on his way from Detroit, not to Los Angeles, but to San Francisco via layover in Houston. Flying United. What is up your sleeve, Greg? During his layover in Houston at the Centurion Lounge, Greg enjoyed a little refreshment. Then a smooth flight to San Francisco where he hunkered down for the evening. 4:16 a.m., Nick's journey begins on Wednesday. Headed to the airport, he's running just a little bit behind.
I did not expect Flying by the Seat of Our Points to begin before I got to the airport, but here I am.
Never fear, our tireless points warrior
Made it through.
with plenty of time to make it to his American Airlines flight that was running from Albany to Philadelphia to Phoenix and then to LAX. Meanwhile, on the other side of the country, Tim is enjoying some time in the Centurion Lounge at the Seattle-Tacoma Airport, where he's got a little something up his point sleeve.
But I have slightly different plans for my day, and it's going to start right now with me flying my favorite domestic first class seat that isn't a lie flat, and that's seat 3A on an Embraer 175.
That's cool, but where's this taking you, Tim?
Is that you say? Where am I going?
Santa Barbara. Well, hey, getting both the aisle and the window seat in the same seat, pretty cool. While Tim heads to not LA, Greg heads out from the Hyatt Regency in San Francisco to not the airport. Where are you going? It's a podcast. All the hacks with Chris Hutchins. Might as well podcast instead of sitting in the airport lounge all day. Meanwhile, Nick's been making good time on his flights and has a little message for Greg.
I made it with plenty of time to stop at the Centurion Lounge. That's right, Greg. I see your one Centurion Lounge stop yesterday, and I raised you one in Philadelphia and one in Phoenix.
As though he could hear him hundreds of miles away, Greg made his way to his second Centurion Lounge of Stage 1 at the San Francisco airport. And let's not forget about Tim. A little before noon, he's made his way to the Santa Barbara coastline, and he's found a way to LA. His original plan of taking the Pacific Surfliner train was looking a little too risky, so he decided to use his Hertz points to rent a car. This allowed him to focus a little extra on a bonus points activity.
So Carrie and Stephen's challenge was that we had to find something to eat somewhere that somehow represented the country that we thought they were going to send us to next.
And fine food he did. Tacos before noon at Popeyes in Santa Barbara, an Italian sandwich at Bay City's Italian Deli and Bakery in Santa Monica, and a delectable empanada on Venice Beach.
Well, that was just a pocket full of deliciousness.
But let's backtrack a bit and catch up with the other guys. Nick's been enjoying upgrades left and right. However, his last flight is scheduled to land at 3:18 p.m. and Greg's at 3 p.m., exactly when they were earliest allowed to be scheduled to land in Los Angeles.
See you guys in LA, 3 p.m. sharp.
Since he wasn't sure he could beat Greg, Nick made an effort to increase the value of his points through being bumped to a different flight. However, his plans were foiled.
Bummer, no dice.
So who's it gonna be? Who's gonna make it to the hotel first? Probably not gonna be Tim. He stopped to smell the flowers. Worth it.
The king bed is mine.
Congratulations, Greg. And Nick wasn't too far behind. Tim got there eventually.
Tim's phone charge did not last the whole trip. And
Oh yeah, my Google map went out, unfortunately, before I got to the hotel.
Despite all the challenges, our contestants made it there in time and found fascinating ways to use their miles, points, and perks. This is just stage 1, though. There's 2 more stages left. Stay tuned. You won't want to miss it.